All things Randi at RandiRhodes.com.
Go for launch.
Speaking truth to power, the Randi Rhodes Show.
4 weeks ago, the Biden signed that says equity, or DEI, is the core mission of every single agency in the federal government. In other words, they want to run the country the way the executives at Silicon Valley Bank ran that financial institution. Take huge, risky gambles on crazy woke projects, crazy climate projects, virtue signaling with no financial integrity, no financial soundness underneath, and this whole country is going to go the way of Silicon Valley Bank if we don't change direction.
Okay, he is one of the most self-loathing people I think I could ever conjure for you. He, Jason Miller, somebody needs to tell him that, the Nazis won't like him and that he is a racist white supremacist in a Jewish man's body. I don't even understand the self-loathing that has to be going on there with guys like him and Ben Shapiro. Honestly, I don't. But they're out there trying to explain to you that it's wokeness that killed the bank. It's stunning, really. But it's all in service of a very, very large oligarchical, autocratic society that libertarians envision, which would be great for them as long as they were the ones in charge. And you, of course, will have to be the proles. You will have to be the unwashed masses. You will have to be, the people who drink the oily gin. And you'll like it. You'll fall in love with, the oligarchs. Sooner or later, you will. Because they're going to beat it out of you if you don't. And when they start telling you that 2 and 2 is 5, you better say it. And not just say it, but you need to believe it. You need to believe it in order to have a modicum of a life. Otherwise, they'll destroy you. They will torture you. They will, penalize you. They will make your life a living hell. Because they will be the bankers. They will be the police officers. They will be the educators. They will be the doctors. They will be the lawyers. And that's it. And that's it. And it will look a whole lot like what Tucker Carlson envisions, Russia to be. A very, very smart, all-white continent full of oligarchs and autocrats. And, of course, he will be one of the chosen few. And if you're one of the chosen few in an oligarchical, autocratic, lily white society like Viktor Orban's Hungary or, Putin's Russia, or, Leonard Leo's, America, you will have biblical training that they will select for you to give you your worldview. You will not be able to maneuver in or outside of those lines. You have to stay right where they tell you to stay. You have to, and it's not just going to be you saying stuff that pleases them. You're going to need to believe the stuff that pleases them. You're going to need to believe that women aren't entitled to freedom over their own bodies. You're going to have to believe that there's something lesser or wrong with lesbians or gays or transgendered non-binary human beings who just can't submit. There's something wrong with them. Why can't they just submit? We'll tell you what you are, and you have to submit to that definition. And if you can't submit to that definition, if it violates something deep inside you, too bad for you. You have no place in our society. You are an outcast. You are shunned. And yes, go kill yourself. I mean, this is really how they operate. This is what they're all about. If you look at Russia's attitude towards LGBT people, that's what it is. That's how it is. They're not welcome to be who they are. They're not welcome to say who they are. They're not welcome to do who they are. This thing you do you? No, that's no good. You have to do them. Period. End of story. And what happens to people like that are so suppressed and latent? They hurt people. They hurt people. And every time I find a story about somebody who's spray painting the word groomer on a library, it always turns out that that's the person who got arrested for having a cache of child porn in their house next to a blow-up child doll. You think I'm making this up? You can't make this up, okay? You just can't. This actually happened, okay? Yesterday I was telling you about I played it for you. The Lieutenant Governor of Tennessee. The Lieutenant Governor of Tennessee, who passed all these anti-LGBT, laws that have made, being LGBT almost a crime in Tennessee. Okay, that guy is literally constantly trolling gay men on social media, liking them, sending them fire emojis, sending them lips emojis, and then when he gets caught, what does he say? Well, I'm trying to help them. I'm trying to help them find, their path. No, you actually feel sexual excitement and desire for people like the ones that you are liking, and it makes you hate yourself because you've been taught that that's not okay. And so whoever brings up those feelings for you of self-loathing and hostility towards your own damn self, those are the people that you hate the most because they make you feel the most shame and the most titillated, and you hate that. It's always them. It's always those guys who are the most vocal. It's always those guys who are legislating against the very thing that excites them, the very thing that shames them for some stupid reason. They've been taught that way, and they can't do themselves. They can't be themselves, okay? And so that is why everything that, is associated with something that excites or titillates them has got to be removed from society, whether it's women, whether it's gay, whether it's lesbians, whether it's trans. This guy, this lieutenant governor, he was very, very attracted to trans women also. Gay men in Speedos and trans women. That's his, area of titillation. That's where he gets excited. Okay. Great. Go for it. Be you. No, he can't because he hates himself. So being him means being in a perpetual state of self-hatred. And he has to remove anything that makes him hate himself like that. I mean, it's so typical. But when you have a desire to control everyone and everything, and it's just, the money is there, and the worship of your employees has been there, and you're welcomed into these, clubs where you plot and scheme and plan to elevate yourself even more and get yourself even more power because you got all the money. You got all the money. So now you just want the power. Now you just want to make a world that you want. And you feel like you're entitled to do that. What you get are militarized streets, the removal of rights from this group and that group and these kids and those parents, all in service to some world that they feel is better. For who? For them. A world in which every boredom is amused. Don't have time to listen to the live show? Want to hear more on your schedule? Go to randyrhodes.com and buy a stinking podcast.